Yo, what is up, everybody? It is your boy, Bro Gets Rich. Welcome to my channel where I build wealth through cryptocurrency, stock market, and real estate investing, taking you along for the ride. So if you like watching people build wealth, if you like talking about investing, make sure to like and subscribe. But today we are going to talk all about Bitcoin. So as you can see, Bitcoin has been making new all-time highs. If you invest in any market or pay attention to financial news, you must be living under a rock if you have not seen this. So this is pretty historic because Bitcoin hasn't even halved yet. That's coming up in April. So I'm going to take you through some of my crypto holdings, some Bitcoin and some Ethereum, all that I hold on Fidelity. Going to kind of just take you through the positions, show you what I'm up on them, and kind of what my plans are if this bull market really heats up. All right, so first piece of action, if you've been following my channel, you know that I made it a point. First, it started out as 100, and then I quickly bought another 100 shares of FBTC, Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF. As you can see, I have over 200 shares right now, 202.8 to be exact. Total value is $12,675.31. And so far, I am up 27.71%. So these ETFs didn't even launch until like January 10th. So that's not bad, considering that is not that long. A lot of Bitcoin maxis, some of my friends who are maxis are shitting on me and shaming me for buying the ETF, but I bought it for reasons like this, which we will discuss in the next slide. All right, so this is kind of my thesis. I've really been getting into British hodl, and he says self-custody Bitcoin will be the hillbilly Bitcoin for the next 25 years. Anyone who wants to maintain the most amount of Bitcoin for their progeny will use the financial services available on the ETFs, as it just makes the most sense. In my opinion, the incentives for holding the ETFs will completely outweigh benefits of self-custody for most people with sizable capital in the world. ETFs will control 10 to 15% of Bitcoin supply by 2028. You'll self-custody the run bag amount of Bitcoin you need in case shit goes south. That's it. And so that was kind of my thesis. A couple things to break down here with buying 200 shares of the ETF. For one, I do think he's right. If Bitcoin is going to, commingle with the TradFi world, if you are going to do things like Saylor talks about, like borrowing fiat against your Bitcoin, an ETF at a place like, BlackRock or Fidelity will probably be a good place to do it. Also, I wanted to have control of a couple hundred shares of the Bitcoin ETF in case options chains come along and I really ever need to take profits someday. I can sell some covered calls and collect some passive income. And I do think British Hodl's right here. He says you'll self-custody the run bag amount of Bitcoin you need in case shit goes south. And so, if you are a OG or responsible Bitcoiner, then yeah, you will have, some cold storage or some private keys locked down in your brain in case, shit does go south. All right, and then in my Fidelity account, in addition to those 202 shares of the Bitcoin ETF, I do have a small spot position. So total value of this position is about $3,000, and it is about just over 4% of one Bitcoin at an average cost of $28,078.50. And I am up a modest 154% on this position. So like I said, this kind of just came around because Fidelity's super bullish on Bitcoin, and talking about things like British Hodl's been saying, I do see some value in keeping some Bitcoin for the long term on something like Fidelity for, like I said, reasons of margin or and we don't even know like what Bitcoin services are going to be available 10, 15 years from now. We're just really going to have to wait. But I knew I just wanted to have a little bit, and this 0.4 is probably going to grow a lot. So we'll just see how all this plays out, but it's really exciting. All right, and then so I'm also holding some Ethereum on Fidelity. I'm really looking to offload this cycle. I knew going into this, having in this cycle with ETFs and stuff, that I may not be selling any Bitcoin, but I do need to take some profits somewhere. And, if Ethereum holds true, probably get some outsized returns, although it may not be true in this market because Bitcoin is just being so dominant and leading the pack right now. Anyway, I do hold just over 2 Ethereum in this account, total value of $8,000, $8,273.11. And I am up 127% on this, average cost of just over $1,700. So plan on selling this bull market, really just paying attention to where Bitcoin's at in its kind of cycle, in its life cycle of the cycle. It's a lot of cycles put into one word. But I'm just going to, like I said before, with some certain things, this bull market, I'm just going to have to draw some lines in the sand. Ideally, somewhere between $8,000 and $12,000 would be really, really cool. But like I said, just going to monitor the cycle, monitor Bitcoin, and try and make some educated layering out decisions. But yeah, if I could profit, if I could sell this Ethereum and bank anywhere between, 15, 20 grand, that would be totally cool with me. Even if I miss the top, that's cool. I'll take 15, 20 grand all day. My plan with this is just to, put some of it in a money market account and my normal brokerage account, and then probably just dollar cost average. If Tesla's still down, whenever this goes, which it probably won't be anymore by then, probably average into some more Tesla. But if that's not the case, well, for sure, I'm going to put it into like some SCHD and some VIG for just some stable long-term cash flow. So that's definitely the plan with this. All right, and going into this Bitcoin bull run, because, the setup on this Bitcoin bull run is looking really juicy. So just trying to stay really grounded and really humble. So this is a tweet from Alex Becker, who he jokes around a lot, but he really does have some good advice. Last run. So he says, last run, there was not much euphoria at 17K Bitcoin. All came at around 30K, absurdity at 50K plus. I think we see true panic, euphoria, FOMO at 90K plus, and absurdity at 101K plus. Things will get weird. So I definitely had my first kind of normie friends hit me up about Bitcoin, people that hit me up last cycle towards the top. They hit me up a little earlier this time, but I think it's definitely getting some eyeballs. They were talking about, putting one large lump sum in Bitcoin, but, they'll probably wait for a dip, quote unquote, that will never come. And then, they probably will get, as they say in Bitcoin, the price you deserve. So probably somewhere above 100K, they'll probably, if they even buy it all. But I am with Alex Becker on this. I do think people are just watching on the sidelines right now. I think they have no idea what's going on. They don't know the metrics. They just don't really understand what's happening. And I think once that 100K, that six-figure number, it's just such a pretty number to flash on the screens on MSNBC or whatever people watch these days. And then I do think that we're going to get some crazy euphoria, confusion, FOMO, all that stuff. So it'll be a fun time. All right, good graphic from, I don't know who this guy is, Jason A. Williams. Came across this on X, but we've all seen this before. Bitcoin price action going through the halving cycles and where we're at right now. So should be fun times ahead. Tweet from Bitcoin Magazine. Apparently Drake posted something on Instagram, video of Saylor talking about Bitcoin. He has 146 million followers. So not a huge deal. Not really a big Drake fan, but, the word is getting spread one way or another, and you cannot discredit Drake's post. And then just some life lessons from Alex Hormozy. He always has really thoughtful tweets. It's better to be a late bloomer than a has-been. You may just be early in your story. And so whatever your investing strategy is, whatever your income level is, don't be discouraged because it's never too late. I've considering my, not a college graduate, worked 2 jobs a lot of my younger life to get where I am. And there's always hope. So just be a better version of yourself every day. Keep grinding. Invest. Not investment advice, but invest. All right. So if you liked me sharing real positions of real assets for your viewing pleasure and entertainment, because this is not investment advice, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what your thoughts are on Bitcoin. If you hold Bitcoin, should be possibly a really, really exciting next year. It's certainly setting up that way. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell any Bitcoin yet. We'll see. Kind of have to see what happens. My one big mistake from last cycle was not taking enough profits in alts. So that is one thing I'm trying not to fuck up this time. I'm going to try and stay dialed in. And my name is Bro Gets Rich. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.